How's it going, troops? Today's video is coming at you live from the casting chair, which you know means it's serious stuff we're going to be talking about. Not too serious. I did have another video planned and was in the middle of recording it, but then somebody from Sky came to do some work in HQ, so I couldn't film the rest of it, and I was already like 2 hours deep into a recording session for content things, and I just couldn't bring myself to finish it, so we'll revisit that next week. But there is actually something that I'm going through with my own journey just now that I think is definitely worth coming and sharing with you guys, especially you guys that train pretty intensely, you guys that train for a sport or something. And it's something that I've sort of taken a while over my lifetime to sort of realise and sort of come to terms with, and appreciate is a funny word that I'm going to put on it, but you'll soon realise what I mean. And yeah, I'm just going to tell you with what I'm struggling with at the moment, but don't worry, it's not too deep, it's not mental health stuff or financials or anything like that. It's just what I'm going through with my own training at the moment. So as you all know, I do jiu-jitsu now. I've now been branded a jiu-jitsu fighter. That is my official athletic title. And I have the European Championships no-gi coming up next month, and obviously, I'm trying to make a good a go at it as I can, and I'm really knuckling down just now with my food. I'm being back tight on my calories and tracking every day and just being like really strict with it. And I've never had a calorie out of place since I came back from holiday, and everything's really on point with my outside of the gym stuff. And with my training, I am currently running myself well into the ground. I'm just full tilt, full time just now, and it's taking a toll on me, as proper intensity training should from time to time. And I can't say it's massively fun the way that you feel sometimes, and it's not so much the way you feel outside the training, because you can kind of like stomach that. Like, you don't really need to feel absolutely amazing to sit and do your work. Obviously it's nice, but it's not paramount. But when you actually get into training and you're trying to, you know, train at the proper intensity and push yourself and be strong in the gym and all that type of thing, really fucking difficult. And just with what my training's looking like just now and the way that I'm training, it's just like really bursting me. So just to let you know what sort of training I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing 3 days a week in the gym. 2 of them are like proper full body sessions, doing all my compound lifts, my squats, deadlifts, bench press, training as heavy as I can, although that's probably the thing that's taken the biggest toll, and I've had to strip right back, and I'm now just trying to kind of build back up, although not going to get to my strongest within this sort of next training block. My third lifting day is just an upper body training day, and the reason for that is because I do that before or after a very horrible conditioning session that's probably the main root cause of why I feel so tired at the moment and so fatigued, and that is a stair sprint conditioning session, and I'm basically sprinting up 200 stairs multiple times, and I can't quite put into words the actual effect and how hard that actually is, and the actual knock-on effect that it has throughout the rest of the week. It's like one of the most brutal conditioning sessions that I have ever done in my life, and that's saying quite a lot. I do another conditioning session as well, and I actually do that before one of my rolling nights, my sparring nights at jiu-jitsu, so it just makes like the actual rolling and sparring like extra hard. And then I'm doing 4 grappling sessions a week in total. So got 2 jiu-jitsu, just purely sparring and drilling sessions, so those are like really high intensity, and one of them, as I mentioned, is after conditioning. I do one that's half and half, a little bit of technique, a little bit of rolling at the end, and then I do a judo session on top of that as well, that's just all just sparring. So it's like 4 high intensity cardio sessions, and just with the intensity that I'm pushing myself at just now, and obviously just the compound effect of everything together and going week after week after week after week, I'm like struggling more sessions than not at the moment, and it's like really hard, and it's just absolutely bursting me. And today, Friday, is my rest day, thank God, but like, I'm not fully recovering after just this 1 day off. The point I want to try and get to you is, and it's something that I used to, for lack of a better term, be a little bitch about back in the day when I was training judo full time, and it's something that you've just got to kind of come to terms with and understand, and I feel like it is applicable to everyone within their different stages of training and their journeys and what you're trying to work towards. When you knock your pan in, and when you push yourself to the point of being like really tired and like training hard and being relentless and doing that day after day, week after week, you do feel tired and crap, and you don't get any benefit at all from it in the short term. Like, I do burst myself, and then I go into my next training session and I'm not fully recovered and I struggle. I do conditioning before I roll at jiu-jitsu, and that obviously affects my roll, and I tail off earlier and I find it harder. As I said, the running up the stairs like absolutely buckles my legs for like basically the full week, and it's like my legs have got like lead in them for the rest of the week when I'm trying to do all my other training. And I used to always view that type of thing as like a punishment, and I used to hate it when I was training full time, and I used to feel like I was probably one of the more committed ones, and I'd be one of the ones that would turn up the most consistently and do the most training as a result. And I would feel extra tired sometimes, and you do feel more tired than other people who maybe just like sack off a few days and then come into the sessions nice and fresh, and you just think they're absolute bastards. And again, punishment is a perfect word I used to assign to that. However, as I've got older and as I've matured, I've realised it's not actually a punishment and it's actually a reward. But you don't see the reward instantly. You see the reward in the long term. And that's the thing, when you are pushing yourself, and if you guys, when you're doing your own training, you're lifting and you're dieting, and maybe, you know, you're being restrictive in your calories, and you know, you're going for PBs in the gym and stuff like that, and you're really pushing the boat and really trying to make improvements, you don't get any benefits straight away, and it does feel horrible, and you do feel tired, and you do feel like, oh, why do I need to do this, and this is unfair that I need to do this hard to make progress, or whatever it is, thoughts are going through your head like that. But that then pays off in the long run, and I know in my position that my payoff isn't going to be next week or the week after. It's going to be in the next 5-6 weeks as I start tapering off for the Euros, and I start, you know, restricting the training that I'm doing and cutting back, and then that's obviously what you call a peak, and you start to recover quicker than you fatigue. That's when all the benefits from the training I'm doing just now is going to start to kick into place, because obviously just now I'm never fully recovered enough to actually get the benefits. But down the line, when that taper happens, that's when I'm going to start to see the improvements. And yeah, you know what, other people might have a leg up on you just now, and other people might feel better and perform better than you just now, but please believe me, in the long run, you're the one that's going to get the benefit from it. And don't ever think that you're doing like more training than other people is a punishment. It's a reward, and it's only going to help you get better. And it's something that I wish I wasn't such a bitch about back in the day, but you can't change things, I suppose. So please, when you are going through periods where you are bursting yourself, come to terms with the fact it's going to happen, come to terms with the fact you're not going to feel your best, but just understand that, see, down the line, it is going to benefit you even more, and you're going to reap the rewards from it. And I know that myself, and I know when I hit the Europeans, I'm going to be in the best shape I've been in probably since I was training full time, because of how hard I've been pushing myself recently. You've just got to trust that, and it will happen. And when you feel extra tired and sore and weak and hungry and all these types of things, you stick with it. You don't just like wilt and back out. You do get the benefits from it down the line. So it's just another example of how you need to think long term rather than short term. Hopefully that made some semblance of sense to you, and obviously I know the jiu-jitsu stuff is like pretty niche for me, but you can relate that to your own journeys in some way, from your lifting to your dieting to whatever sport it is you maybe participate in. And just always remember, the hardest workers get the best results, and don't let any coach or any bullshit you see about work smarter, not harder, just get that all to absolute fuck. The hardest workers get the best results. You pair that off with smart work, and you find the smartest work you can do, and work as hard as fucking possible at it, and you will get the best results. Work smarter, not harder. I'm going off a tangent here. That's just a pussy's way out, and that's just what people say to avoid hard work. And anybody who says it doesn't genuinely mean it. They're just saying, how can I make a statement that gets me out of actually doing something harder? But anyway, I will leave you with that, and something else I do want to leave you with as well. If you've seen it on my Instagram this week, I have launched a new free guide, something that I am very passionate about as well as hard work, which is how not to ruin your physique from bulking. And I created the Abs to Flabs program, which is just basically going to outline all the mistakes that most people make when it comes to trying to bulk, to put on muscle, and I'm just laying everything out for you as simple as possible and what you need to do to build lean muscle without the excess body fat. And all you need to do is sign up via the link in my bio. You then get an email with the course, and you have all the time in the world that you can use it and research it and make notes and put it into practice. I think it's going to be massively beneficial for you, and it's the exact same principles I use for myself and all my clients over the years who followed my methods of lean, bulking, main gaining, whatever word you want to put on it. So that link is in the description. Quite a few new people around here recently, so if you are one of the newbies, my YouTube is just supplementary to my Instagram. That's where all the main stuff happens. So please make sure to go and follow me on there, and on there you will get the daily updates from my life, my daily posts, client results, all that good thing. And obviously I'm always on hand if you want to drop me a message and I need any help with training, coaching, anything off the like, you can just directly message me on there. So make sure that you give me a follow. Obviously don't forget to like and subscribe to this video because it's free and it costs you nothing and you're helping out me. And when I get a big spike in followers like I did this week, it just makes me even more motivated to keep coming with you with videos and not take any weeks off like I could have this week, because I had an excuse because I couldn't get my filming done, but I still came to you with a video and hopefully it's a good one, although as I said, brain's not working at its best recently. So normally the videos will be better than this. Have a good week, you bunch of freaks, and I will catch up with you soon.